Hello, Loman Hill. I'm excited to be here with you today via this video. And as you're jumping into third quarter, it's been going for a couple of weeks. I just wanted to share some ideas with you for grammar and writing instruction during the third quarter. So let's jump in and look at how we can incorporate grammar and writing into everyday instruction for this quarter. First of all, think about how to add a grammar workstation during work time. This is a great place for students to practice the grammar skills that you've been teaching them. And for teachers in fourth and fifth grade, and even third, don't forget about No Red Ink. You can find state-aligned grammar assignments and lessons in No Red Ink to practice those skills that you're teaching in grammar. So this is a great place for you to add a workstation practice. If you need additional assistance in setting up No Red Ink assignments or how to use No Red Ink, please don't hesitate to reach out. I would love to come talk with you about how to increase your use or begin using No Red Ink in your intermediate classroom. Also, for every grade, there are assignments in MobyMax. You can create assignments and you can create lessons for students to walk through in all grades. So MobyMax is a great place to add grammar instruction and practice during workstations. Also think about taking 5 to 10 minutes per day and doing a grammar mini lesson. Keeping grammar at the forefront is important and creating exposure and practice. So think about a daily mini lesson on a grammar skill. Also, teach a grammar skill and align this to your writing focus on your writing rubric. So for example, if you're working on order of adjectives, then that could be something that you incorporate and add to your writing rubric and that you're looking for and you expect students to do while they're writing is to use order of adjectives. Again, think about choosing a grammar focus skill. We know that the state has outlined the specific grammar skills for each grade. Think about how you can create a focus each week working through the standards, grammar standards. We talked about this a little bit earlier. We talked about this with rubrics, but also think about having writing assignments that focus on a grammar skill. We know that the best way to teach writing is to embed it into writing. So taking that grammar focus and creating an expectation of that grammar skill in writing. So for example, in fifth grade, when you're looking at complex and compound sentences, the expectation would be that students are using complex and compound sentences in their writing assignments. Daily edits. Those of you that have been around a while like me might think of this as daily oral language, but working through sentences with students where you are correcting the errors in that sentence. You could do this as a class, or you could even assign students sentences each day or each week to edit. So let's think about embedding writing in everyday instruction. We know that writing is extremely important, and we know that writing not only builds every day, also builds writing skills, but also builds content knowledge. So a great way to do this is to embed writing into science and social studies. So think about how can you write using expository writing in science. Perhaps students are writing what they learned from a mystery science lab, or they're writing what they learned about natural disasters that they've studied. Also, think about adding persuasive text into social studies, having students write about which region would be best to live in and why. Or which community would you best like to live in, urban, suburban, or rural? So there's lots of ways to add persuasive text into social studies. Another way to incorporate writing every day is to have a writing workstation. And so each day students are practicing writing, whether it's for a prompt or connecting it to a content area topic that they're currently studying in class. Also include formative assessments with writing tasks. So if you want to see if students are able to add with regrouping, perhaps you have students write the steps to how to solve an addition problem with regrouping, or writing the steps to adding two fractions with unlike denominators. Not only are you assessing, in this case, the math skill, but you're also assessing their writing skills as well. And finally, use powerful writing trees or elements of powerful writing trees in centers and assignments. So perhaps during that workstation, on one day, they're going to create a graphic organizer. And then perhaps the next day, they're going to write from that graphic organizer. So always keeping those powerful writing trees at the forefront of instruction and student practice. So these are just a few ways that you can incorporate grammar and writing into everyday instruction during this quarter. As always, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. I would love to meet with you or your grade level to talk about how you can incorporate writing and grammar every day even further. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and as always, let me know how I can assist you in any way possible.